Sorry for throwing a live up like this, guys. David E. Taylor, you're a piece of shit. Okay, guys, we're gonna go into taxes today on David. Okay, I'm not gonna do a live Friday, so this is our live for the week. So we'll do a live Friday after. Sorry for throwing a live up like this, guys. We'll do a live following Friday. What I wanted to focus on today, I want you guys to think about this. The tax fraud going on here with this organization. With any cult organization for that matter. Mega church, let's just say corrupt 501c3, okay? Because they're out there. David is running a corrupt 501c3. That's what he's doing, okay? And that's why I report it. That's why I report him every week. I just sent out more, David, okay? I sent out one for you. This one's actually Michelle's. See, it's got all Michelle's information on it. Michelle Brannon, it's got the addresses, tax ID numbers. And then there's also one for David. All right, so I fill these out once a week because David is committing fraud. David is committing fraud on a big level, just like any of these other mega churches. These are money laundering machines, as far as I'm concerned. If these people are bringing in all these millions of dollars, David claims he's bringing in, okay? Where's the paperwork? Where's the money? Where's the accountability? And why isn't the IRS doing anything about it? There's people overseas too. How the hell does somebody get away not filing their taxes for 5 years in a row? When you're a 501c3, you have up to 4 years to file your taxes. David hasn't done that with JMMI or KOGGC. Again, he's switching everything over. Michelle and Joseph, okay? Michelle, if everything goes south now, you're going to be the fall guy, okay? Because your name is in everything now. All right, I'm filing reports against all of you guys now. Michelle, David, Joseph, Ashley, LaMarcia, Tony, Steve, you guys, I'm putting names on all these reports now. All right, you cannot stop me from doing this because you can't stop anybody from doing it for that matter, David or Michelle, because we're taxpayers. It says on the form right here. I'll read what the form says. Let's see. Use this form to report suspected tax law violations by a person or business, okay? So, right there, right on the top of the form. Use this form to report suspected tax fraud, tax law violations by a person or organization. So, David, I suspect you of tax fraud. And Michelle, the whole fucking cult, dude. The whole fucking cult. You guys are all guilty of fraud as far as I'm concerned. Who's complicit? I don't know, but it's going to be David, Michelle, Ashley Werla, Marcia. You know, I don't think Tony's going to have any idea about the financial goings on of it. I think he's just kind of a blind actor, you know. He's another one of David's yes men, and he might not have so much knowledge of the operation of the finances. But I'm putting his name on it too, Tony, just so you know. And that one's called a 3949A. And this is my right. This is my right to file these against, I suspect, okay? It's not saying they are doing it, but David, we're not fucking dumb, okay? You are highly suspect of what you're doing. You don't file your 990s. I wonder what your guys' W-2s look like. You know, if you got these paid people, you know, but they're apparently volunteers, David, you're running a full-blown fucking forced labor cult is what you're doing. And then you're not filing your taxes, right? You have to report your taxes, David, by law. You have to file a 990, okay? And for those of you that think David gives back 10%, he does not give back 10%. I've gone through some of his 990s and done the math. I think the most he gave back is 2%. All right, going through and do the math yourself. If you don't believe me, go through, look back at the taxes that he has on file from 2017 and previous. You know, David doesn't give back shit. I think the one year he gave back $73,000 out of like $4 million. It worked out to like 1.7%. It wasn't anything. I know, other useless shit, right, Chris Com? I bet David spends money all day. Food, clothes, Amazon shit, buying slingshots, and other useless shit. Yeah. But now, okay, Bitterness Barbie, okay, I want to read their comment because they brought up a good point. Bitterness Barbie brought up a good point today. All right, you got to. So whoever's curious about this, there's 2 court cases that David was tied up in. One was Rick Frazier. Okay, now this one, Richard Lewis, which was just settled out of court. Good point, bitterness Barbie brought up. I guess it was easier for David to pay out and buy the residential center and work out a payment arrangement for additional fees than fork up the documents they were obligated to provide in order to proceed with the case, which would have ultimately ruined him and Michelle, the whole fucking cult. I'm sure this was a hard ass hit on him. I'm 100% with you there, bitterness Barbie. And I'm with you there, thinking exactly that, because if those documents were produced, that's what the court has been fighting to get was those bank records, and they would not provide them. This is me and bitterness Barbie talking. Absolutely, he spent millions on a house that he lost interest in buying years ago. 100%, he lost a lot of money. I'm sure every minute spent in that house will be nothing but a humiliating reminder of the deposition. What else would be the motivation for that, given the fact that the judge suspected fraud and put in an order for them to provide bank statements right before he purchased it? Okay, huge fraud going on here, no doubt. Money laundering through real estate, 100%, man. Not reporting his taxes to the IRS. David, you have to report the money, dude. Again, you're operating as a church, right? Yeah, Paris Pocket Travel. He actually said he was giving back 98%, and he is full of shit. David, you're full of shit, and for you to even come out and say that you're giving back 98% is just a blatant fucking lie. You're dumb for saying it. Okay, back to the church here. Bitterness Barbie, for sure, he'll probably take minimum payments, miss some, then go back to court and catch up. Yeah, that's what I'm starting to think here. I think a lot of us can think that, like, somehow David's going to try and fucking manipulate this to the best way he can, because he has till July to make these payments, because Harold Lewis didn't breach contract. David did. This is what this whole court case is about, is David breaching the contract with Harold Lewis, okay? Because they went into this agreement, and the breach of contract, it was between... David's going to have to pay out $250 to $500K. Maybe more, maybe less. But the breach of contract originally, there's a lot of stipulations in it. David's gonna pay out money to Harold Lewis, no doubt, 100%. And then what bitterness Barbie said, okay, what if they do have this non-disclosure agreement in this contract for the money to be paid out? What if David breaks that contract and it's going to be even steeper, having even more consequences? Because the one thing that this cult will not provide is bank statements, which they should. All these organizations that are running these cults, these money laundering machines, like who's saying Mark Caesar? I think you said it earlier, right? Yeah, Mark Caesar. Mega church synonymous with fraud, 100%. But here, I'm relating this back to us hardworking taxpayers. We sit back while these fucking piece of shit churches are laundering hundreds of millions of dollars, man. Leeching off the system, basically being a cancer to society, making the fucking little man front the bill. That's why I file fraud reports. Joel Osteen's next. I'm going to start putting fraud on fucking Joel Osteen too. Fucking bullshit. Find $600,000 hidden in a fucking wall in the IRS. There's nothing wrong here. Same with David. Doesn't file his taxes. Oh, there's nothing going on here. Buying up fucking properties, huge properties, jet skis, quads, mansions, the works. And nobody is pulling the card here saying, time the fuck out. This is enough. So as far as I'm concerned, David, that's why I file your fraud reports, because I suspect you of committing huge fraud. Huge, blatant, just out in your face, fuck you, I don't give a shit fraud. Hence the name of the channel, Full Frontal Exposure. That's why I'm exposing you the way I am, David. Is because you're gonna run the fucking fraud right out in the open, blatantly not give a shit, and pretty much give everybody the finger and say, fuck you, I can do whatever I want. No, David, you can't do whatever you want. All right. David is also claiming to come out. He said he's going to come out on the 26th for 21 days. Okay. I don't know what the hell he's going to do for 21 days. Make a fool of himself even more, which I definitely don't think he's going to come out for 21 days. I don't think he's going to make an appearance. If he does, I'll be surprised and shocked, to say the least. Because he's no doubt hurting for money now, right? He's got property upkeeps, all this shit he's got to pay on. Cars, insurance, the works. So David, no bank accounts, okay? Can't get loans. Everything, all the property purchases, guys, have been done with cashier's checks, okay? Cashier's checks are cash. No checks from the bank, no bank loans, nothing like that. If you go back and look on the IRS website, there's no filings from this organization, from the cult. And this is kind of part of the passion why I do this, because here we are again, guys, paying these taxes. We pay a lot of taxes. Pay tax on everything. Fucking pay gas tax. Fucking pay tax to breathe. Fuck. I pay 15% to be self-employed. If I misfigure my taxes, they come knock on the door, or I get a letter in the mail saying, "Hey, you owe us with interest." But hey, it seems almost more legitimate to just be a corrupt nonprofit and just launder money. You know, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. I urge everybody. Yeah, Paris, I'm with you there. I urge everybody, if you file one report, you've done your duty. You've done your job. You've done your responsibility to the hardworking taxpayers who are getting fucked by these mega churches laundering money. I'm just going to call it for what it is. They're money laundering machines. Mega churches, money laundering machines. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that's what they are. The government has no oversight with it. They don't look at them. They just thumb it and be like, no, nothing's going on here. And I'm sure some of you guys saw the video of Alyssa Kay. You know, that just shows how brainwashed these women are. Like these bleached blonde. It's a total show for David to have these blonde women up there too. Just on a side note, I really want to stick to the tax thing today, because millions again, guys. Millions is being pushed through this organization. For sure. And nothing's been done about it. I don't ever either, Mark Caesar. You feel me? Dude, getting taxed 15% on your hard-ass work is fucked up, man. Meanwhile, people like Jeff Bezos, fucking David E. Taylor, Joel Osteen, you know, these guys are just, blatantly laundering money, dude, and the government's like, no, we're not going to do anything about it because you're not doing anything wrong. But no, man, they're fucking up, man. They're letting us hang for it. They're letting us hang, and it sucks. It sucks. Come on. It sucks. The government's letting us hang. We got to work our asses off, front the bill for all these social services that these mega churches are taking away from. Think of how much money, if these mega churches started actually putting back into the economy and actually doing good with it. Think of what could happen. There's a mega church here in Texas, not far from where I'm at, and it's John Hagee, I think, is the leader of it. Sack of shit, that guy too. They'll build an underground garage. It looks like a fucking university now. Who needs a church, you know? Meanwhile, I go to church in my small town, you know, small Catholic church, and it's not. They're not laundering money, that's for sure. Let's see here, where was I at? But yes, I'm with you guys, man. Yeah, Mark Caesar. Yeah, 100%, man. And at the end of the day, again, if you figure the taxes wrong, man, and you know what you don't ever do, Mark Caesar, is list your home as your home office, man, because the IRS will come in and audit you, dude. Don't ever list your home as your home office. Don't ever do that. I learned that from a franchise. Nope, don't ever list your home as your home office, man, because they will come knock on your door and they will look through every square inch of your shit and write you off. They will go through all your tools, all your equipment, and be like, nope, they can't write this off. Nope. So yeah, don't ever write your home office as your home office. Your home is your home office. Paris pocket traveler, yes, he's not going down alone. He's going to take everyone with him, especially Michelle. She better wake up real soon. I'm curious as to what he is going with antiques and collectibles. Yeah. Yeah, Chuck Wood. Yeah, it's a lesson in futility. Yeah. What does it say? Assimilation is futile, you know? Assimilation is futile. I'm with you 100%, man. The government, that's what the government doesn't care about is us in the end, you know, because if they did, they would be having a handle on these corrupt organizations. The government's corrupt too, man, as far as I'm concerned. It's both sides, man. It's both sides. The government's allowing it, the church is doing it, and the government's not standing up to what they should. Oh, okay, Mark Caesar. I have a small business. Mine's easy, man. Mine's easy. Mine's real easy, man. If I get bigger, damn, I'll have an accountant for sure, 100%, no doubt. But no, Chuck, I'm with you, man. The government caring about my dollars? No. All they care about at the end of the year is how much money they're going to get out of my dollars. But that's it. You know, they don't. Nope. Nope. They can still get their 6-figure salaries, walk out on executive sessions, you know, things like that. Take their 3-week breaks in the middle of a goddamn pandemic when the country fucking needs help, you know. Yeah, I'm with you. I've had an account. I have an accountant I can call. It's just I want to be able to do my own books before I send it over to an accountant. You know, because I don't want to end up in a shitty situation like David where I don't know what the hell's going on with my own money. You know, so but I'm with you guys 100%. It's better to have an accountant, 100% that does your books for you, man. 100%. There's an accountant in town I could go talk to that, you know, wouldn't have an issue with and 100% get my books done. But yeah, it's in the end, you know, if this whole thing is talk about taxes and how we're basically getting the shit end of the stick when all these huge mega churches and these money laundering organizations, you know, the government's just letting it slide, man, letting it slide. And it's but at the end of the day, they expect us to pay our taxes on time. But not David. No, David doesn't have to file taxes. He's not gonna file taxes. He could switch names, buy properties, you know, push narcotics through his cult organization. You know, David, we know there's drugs in there, man. We know you're running drugs through there. We're not dumb, okay? What drugs? I'm not sure, but based on your behavior, all kinds. And yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? How are you guys feeling about it, you know? I'm curious. Like, we're sitting back here watching this fraud go on, and just like Chuck Wood said, you know, I don't want to be a drag, but I think expecting the government to care about our tax dollars is for our benefit. You know, the government, again, cares about our tax dollar for their pockets, and that's it. I wasn't going to run crazy long, man. I just wanted to get this off my chest because now that David's got these cases, okay, Harold Lewis is settled. Let's go and cap it off here. So Harold Lewis, they settled that case, all right, out of court. Yeah, you could write off your accountant. Yeah, you could write off your accountant taxes. Yes, you could write off everything. Yes, you could write off everything. You could write off your accountant tax. Mm-hmm. Yep, sure can. Inko, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Hit that like for me, brother. Thanks for being here. Money laundering and operation, 100%, man. I agree with you, man. That's kind of what I was talking. This stream is about. Dude, these guys are laundering money. Good morning, Bill Cosby, ASMR. Thanks for being here, man. Talking about money laundering, us being the taxpayer, getting the shit end of the stick. You know, knowing how much money David is no doubt laundering through his cult organization. Can they legitimately file as a church if the leader is merely self-anointed? That's what I'm curious about too, Chuck Wood, is how can they possibly file if David's just a self-anointed pastor, never gone to school or anything like that, and he's just saying, "Oh, I'm a priest, I'm a pastor." No, David, you don't have any kind of educational background. Which is, we're sitting here watching you make a fool of yourself, man. Coming out saying accurate, Pacific, all this. You can't even speak above a 5th grade level, David. How can you expect us to take you serious? Oh, yeah, he's hiding, man. He is hiding, Inkle. He's 100% hiding, man, dude. He's gonna pay out some money right now, man. He's got to pay out some money. And what he has hidden, he will be fine after his church is gone. Yeah. David's hemorrhaging money. I mean, anytime he shows up anywhere, he's rolling 10 deep in cars, so he's paying for gas for fucking 10 cars at one time. That shit ain't cheap, dude. Gas is expensive right now. He's paying for all these luxury cars. He's hot plating cars, okay? He also hot plates cars too. I don't know if he's doing it still, but he was also doing that. He was hot plating his cars because he didn't have insurance money on some of the cars. Mark, I'm actually an ordained minister. No, it's called Michelle Brannon. No, she doesn't have another YouTube account, not that we know of. I don't think so. I don't think she does. Michelle has that one YouTube video where she's talking about charisma, and that's it. That's it. Oh, where's my blood? So yeah, no, she only has a one account that we know of. I mean, Michelle screwed her life up for this. She doesn't know. Michelle, your name's on the fraud reports, man. You're just as guilty, Michelle. You're just as guilty. You know what's going on. And you don't act like you don't, because you know exactly what's going on with the cult, Michelle. You're probably the smartest one in there, and you're just setting yourself up for failure, and you're allowing it to happen. I don't know what it's going to take for us to make that evident to you that David is using you. He will throw you under the bus. He doesn't care whether or not you come out of this on top or if you go to jail or whatever the case is. David, you're laundering money. One thing the government can't take is sex trafficking, money laundering, and drug trafficking. Those are 3 things the government doesn't like. And you're most likely doing 2 of them, which is, whether directly or indirectly, is trafficking people into your fucking cult and then working them and not paying them, David. Yes, these are stories we've got. No, it's cool, Inkle. This was an obsession for me at one time too, dude. It was a very big obsession, man. But it turned more to activism because David's doing some shady ass shit, man. He's doing some shady ass shit and nobody's saying shit about it. It's, Mark Caesar, you're right, Inkle. He's the Jeremy DeWitt of the fucking prosperity ministers right now, man. He is the example that's going to be made. David, you're eventually going to be made an example of. You know that, right? Yeah, I think so too, Chuckwood. I think the fraud reports are starting to have some sort of effect. That's why I encourage everybody to file them, man. The links are in my channel. Again, if you file one, I don't care who it's against, Michelle or David, there's 2 in there. There's 2 fraud reports in there. You can take your choice, man. I filed 2. I filed one against Michelle and David. Then I put a bunch of other shit on the reports. I put everything I know about what's going on. I put about the death threats. I tell them I've sent over emails to the government about this fucking cult organization. Everything, man. Yeah, David's a phony. He is. It's like Jeremy DeWitt and David E. Taylor. It's like David E. DeWitt. Oh, what's up, Chad Sexton? Nice to have you on, brother. I'm glad I'm doing this one early because I'm not gonna do one this Friday, man. I'm glad you could make this one, dude. Right on, man. I'm glad you could be here. Thor Brynjolfsson, what's up? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here too, Chad. Appreciate you, man. Today we're talking about the tax fraud that David is fucking for sure committing blatantly. And somebody just brought up a good point. Chuck Wood. David, your goose is fucking cooked, man. You can't outrun the fraud reports. Every time these get delivered, I get a letter back, David. I get a letter back. I think I already threw the one I had away. But David, I get a letter back, and they tell, I never know the outcome of these, and they'll never know. I'll never know whether it's going on or whatever. But given what you've done online and made your presence known to the world and to probably other parties who weren't interested that became interested in what you were doing. Nope, I don't hear from him anymore, Bill Cosby SMR. Nope, I forwarded all the emails over. State, local, federal. I sent them all over. Yeah, I'm sick of his shit, Chad Sexton. I'm sick of him manipulating fucking people, man. I'm done with it. The money laundering, everything, dude. What he's doing is just, I hate to say it, but David is like a fucking cancer on society, man. He really is. I hate to put it like that. I don't hate David as a person, but what he's doing is fucking cancer to society. David is not the cancer. His cult ministry and his tactics are cancer to society. Put it that way. And but no, I don't hear from the death threat guy. I still have all those emails. All the videos are still posted online, so it's, I mean, if anybody wanted to go back and like look at them and shit, you know, they're there. But yeah, Chad, it's kind of our duty, man, as taxpayers to expose this. If you guys want the links, man, click on the links in the description, and I'll open up the Google link for you, and you guys just print it out, mail it. The address is on the bottom. You have to mail them. It's the only way this can be done. I do it once a week. Why? Because I don't want the fucking IRS to forget their job, which they obviously fucking are because they're not taking care of this shit. On another note, talking to Israel number one, he's dealing with some things with the government right now too, and he's like, dude, you know what? I'm gonna write a letter I'm gonna send in an expedite form every 30 days. I was like, no, fuck that. Do it every week. Do it once a week. You know, do it once a week. Really let them know that you mean you want them to do their job, man, because we're paying these government appointed agents to do this job within the IRS to make sure this doesn't happen, man. It's not happening. And people wonder why our fucking economy's fucked up. Where we are hard taxpayers, then you have these mega churches who are laundering just extreme amounts of money, buying private jets. You know, hey, why don't you take that fucking 40, 50, 60 million you just bought that private jet with? Hey, man, why don't you go build a fucking school or something? Or go into a poverty-stricken area and build some fucking new houses. But no, the church doesn't want to do that because, hey, it's better to give than to receive, right? So, yeah, Chad, I'm not stopping with David, man. It's Joel Osteen's next on my list. Because what happened with Joel Osteen, I don't know if you've seen. Bill Cosby, I hope you watched that video link I sent you too. Some plumber went up there to do work in Joel Osteen's fucking church and found $600,000 worth of checks and money stuffed in this wall behind a fucking shitter, man. Like, who does that? Who does that? People hiding money? People hiding money from the government? How do they get away with that? The IRS is like, oh, there's nothing wrong here. I love it, dude. I love it. And it's like this guy, he goes on this talk show and he says, dude, I was doing this job at the church and I fucking pulled the toilet out and fucking opened this wall up and it was $600, a lot of money. And the church had put a reward out to find the money, right? When the time came for the reward to be received, the church didn't want to pay out. Osteen, the fucking sack of shit cheapskate that he is, didn't want to pay the money out to the guy who found the money. As you see it, ASMR. Fucked up shit, right? Fucked up shit. Now think if we did that, dude. Think if the average taxpayer did that. What would happen? This is where I'm going both sides. Like, this is how I remain objective. You know, what would happen if we did that? say I listed my place as a home office, right? My business as a home office, right? And then say the IRS comes in, opens the closet, and finds $500,000 just stuffed in there. What would happen? They'd be like, Mister, how come you don't have this $500,000 claimed on the IRS? You know, they'd be like, we're gonna go ahead and seize all this money. They fucking tax. They'd probably take 3/4 and be like, hey, here's $500,000. Hey, but we're only gonna give you back like 90 grand, man. That's how it would work out, man. They would take so much fucking money from me, and this is very true, man. This is very true. Joe Faherty, thanks for being here, man. I'm talking about taxes today and how these mega churches just are blatantly just running these huge money laundering under the government's nose, and nobody says shit about it. Government's like, oh, there's nothing wrong. But dude, huge amounts of money are going through these mega churches, man. Kenneth Copeland, Joel Osteen, Jesse Duplantis, David. You know, David's not as big, but he's laundering money through that motherfucking place, man. As far as I'm concerned. And I'm not stopping until David is done, and then move on to Joel Osteen. Kenneth Copeland, that fool's on his way out. That whole Inside Edition, you know, that one fucked him up pretty good, I think. I don't think nobody's speaking up about these things that's going on here right in front of us, man. It's a small thing, but look at how much money David's laundering, how much he has laundered. Makes you wonder so he hasn't filed since 2017 or 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 5 years David hasn't reported any money to the government, but he says he's bringing in millions. You know, I've heard of Rob Parsley. That guy's a sack of shit too, man. So not filing taxes for 5 years in a row, switching names while he's going on with this court case. Okay, he's switched names from JMMI to KOGGC. Switched names. Michelle and Joseph are now are on a lot of the paperwork too, but Michelle mostly. Michelle, you're gonna be the fall guy or the fall girl. Okay, the fall woman. All right. David has pretty much set you up. Okay. You have all your name on the paperwork. I'm filing fraud against you, okay? Because you know you're committing fraud, Michelle. I'm talking to you now, Michelle. I know you're committing fraud. We know you're committing fraud. It would be safe for you to probably just walk out and probably just go turn yourself into the nearest IRS tax office with all the bank documents and everything and just turn state's evidence, all right? Give yourself up. You can't run from fraud, Michelle. And you know what fraud does to your record? Fraud is fucking worse than a DUI. I would hate to have fraud on my record. I would much rather have a DUI than fraud. Because you know what you can't do when you have fraud on your record? Can't get a fucking job at a financial institution. It's really hard for you to get credit cards. All kinds of shit, Michelle. I know you're committing fraud, and David too, which is why you guys don't have bank accounts. Why don't you guys have bank accounts? Maybe you're fucking already flagged by the FTC, by the banks. Maybe it's possible you're flagged as a terrorist organization because you haven't paid your taxes. You know, there could be so many different issues as to why, you know, they don't, the way they're handling their business financially. Yep, they seem extremely desperate. Yep, chasing down every dollar. Yep, they're chasing down. It's like David has spent millions to chase pennies. Bill Cosby, 100%, brother. He's chased millions. He's dumped millions to chase pennies. Like this whole stage idea. I mean, David, that idea is just the inflation on that stage. You should have got a loan for that stage, David. My inside source told me that. Okay, you should have got it. You should have got a loan. You should have just pulled a loan, because the cost. The inflation rate, if you would have just paid it all off at one time, you wouldn't be paying the inflation rate, which is fucking killing you, dude. David, you're in a million plus on that stage now. Easily. And that's just kind of doing the math on wood products, labor, everything, you know. it's not easy to find out how much, what labor costs to build something like that, David. It's really not. What's even better is you're wasting donor money on it, right? You're wasting donors' money. The stage it's not going to work, David. Wasting so much money. And just like Bill Cosby SMR said, you're pretty much chasing down every dollar right now because you need every dollar. There are videos of the stage being built, but those are all old videos. My inside source told me, man, that stage is sitting around collecting dust, the shop where it's being built. Collected storage fees too. Not only that, it's collecting storage fees. So they're just running old shit videos of the stage build when actually nothing's being done to it. He's just sitting there. It is. I don't know how much the storage fees are, but it's a lot, man. It's a lot, dude. Like Bill Cosby SMR, dude. Through the pandemic, lumber prices went to the highest they'd ever been in years, man. In years. I think so too. Thijs, hell yeah, that's the homie from Holland. David's next lawsuit is gonna be that stage because he's not gonna fucking be able to pay the shit. It's gonna sit there collecting dust, collecting storage fees. That's what I'm thinking. They're gonna serve him a nose, be like, come get your shit, pay the bill and come get your shit. Huge storage fees, man. What they're paying, big time storage fees. And there's been some silent partners in this behind scenes that I don't mention on here, who have experience in this, and don't be like, dude, this guy's in way over his fucking head. He's way in over his head. And when my silent partners tell me, hey man, this guy should have fucking got a loan for this, but they didn't. The stage would have been done. The stage would have been done in probably a month or two had they paid it up front. But it's been stretched out to about, what, 2 or 3 years, I think, now? When it started in 2018, 2019, I think is when the idea went. Yeah, it will never go to an arena, Thijs. Yeah, 100%, man. Dude, it takes so much to move that. You need a union of laborers to move that stage, David. All right? You need a union laborers to move that stage and to set it up. Tony's not going to set it up. You're definitely not going to set it up. Who are you going to have? All your followers come set up your stage for you? No. Your configuration won't fit the arenas, okay? No, and you're right, Thijs. Yeah, what public's going to show up to a show? Look, I got a spam. Rivers can too. Motherfucker. Yeah, that's all union controlled, and that's what David doesn't understand is when you go to a stage, like David, when you go to set up these arenas, these are union. You don't just go there and be like, oh, I'm gonna set up my own stage. Nope, you got to pay union laborers, man. A lot of money. Keep spending that money, David. Keep spending it, man. Legend Liz, what's up, brother? Talking about David's tax evasion, man. How he's running his full-blown money laundering tax fraud, and how we get the shit end of the stick and got to take care of all the social services that people like David and his organization just blatantly launder money from. I'm just going to start calling it for what it is. These churches are laundering money. The mega churches are no doubt laundering money. And the government doesn't say shit about it because they're too afraid of the church. When really the government is the body that governs, right? Why is the government so afraid of the church? Especially when they're running, this kind of money laundering scheme. Oh, Legend Lives. Yeah, they're laundering fucking billions, I bet, man. I bet billions are being laundered through the mega churches. Billions. I mean, look at how many people pulled PPP loans. Look at how many of these fucking churches pulled PPP loans. I'm also thinking maybe the IRS is starting to fucking hit David on that 30,000 that he pulled. You know, maybe like, hey, where's that 30 grand? You know, because the IRS is going to go after people who pulled PPP loans and they're going to audit them. And I think it's just over a certain, like over 10 grand. You know, David pulled 30 grand. With the fraud reports, I hope he gets audited. I mean, and David, in his past sermons, he said he gets audited every year. David, if you're getting audited every year by the IRS, it means your books are fucked up, man. You don't want to be audited every year by the IRS. It's not good. Union controlled. Yeah, Legend lives 100%, man. They're going after people. They're going after people, man. And I've been watching them on online, man, and there's some big ones out there, man, and they're hammering them. Oh, guess what? Fraud? Here you go. Here's a fraud charge. Guess what? And interest. Give us back our money. David, that's what's going to happen to you ultimately. Yeah, he said it's like a good thing. That's what I mean. Any tax preparer will tell you, dude, if you're getting audited every year, your books are fucked up, man. David's like, I get my books audited every year. David, not a good thing, man. You don't want your books audited every year because, one, you're paying a shitload of money to fucking have your books audited. Two, it means you're just super negligent with your finances. And three, it just means you probably shouldn't be running a fucking nonprofit, dude. Like, come on, man. You don't want to get audited every year, David. This is kind of what we're talking about today is your tax fraud, dude. You're saying you're getting audited every year? That's telling us you're committing fucking fraud, brother. I don't ever want to be audited either. I'm 5 years into my business. I think after this 5th year, I'll probably start doing an accountant after this for sure. Get a solid accountant, you know. I have a pretty good hold on how the finances are working. But yeah, I mean, David, the fact that David thinks being audited is a good thing is, yeah, that just shows how ignorant he is to the process. I knew that going into business, like, you don't want to get audited. You don't want to get audited by the IRS because, one, you got to pay for it. That's the first thing. Two, when they find this shit, they're going to charge you. Okay, so you're paying for the audit. When they find shit, they're going to charge you with interest. All right, so you're getting shafted 3 different ways. It's like it would be pointless to commit fraud against the IRS. It really would, because once they catch on, man, like I said, man, Uncle Sam doesn't like having his money taken from him. Uncle Sam likes his money, and finds out that he's being frauded. Uncle Sam's going to come back and take all his money back from you with interest, and a lot of it, not just a little. Come back and take your whole goddamn house if it's how much money you owe. Yeah, he is. He's beyond ignorant, Chad Sexton. And you can sit back here and say that too, you know, just from what you've seen. We could sit back here and we know David's full of shit, man. Because, yeah, for him to, again, that was a good point you brought up. Like, the fact that he thinks being audited every year is a good thing. I mean, I would love David to come out here and dispute that. You know, I really would, but this live is for the week, man, because I won't be doing a live until next Friday. So I really want to drive home on the tax thing because we're taxpayers, man. Self-employed. There's a couple other people in here self-employed talking about, you know, you don't want to get fucking audited by the IRS. You don't want to mess up your books, but here we have these corrupt cult organizations, money laundering churches that are just, dude, blatantly moving millions of dollars around through their organizations and saying, oh, we don't got to tell you where it's going or where it's coming from. But hey, give it all to us. It's better to give, but hey, you know, we're not going to give any back to the communities or anything like that. And, you know, he has to file his taxes. I don't give a shit who he thinks he is, whether he thinks he's this great leader, church or cult or whatever the fuck. I have to file. They want money on paper. They want to see where money's coming from because it prevents drug trafficking, human trafficking, and money laundering. That's why they want to know where the money's coming from. also to get their cut. So, yeah. And David's on downtime right now. David's on downtime. He's claiming he's going to come out on the 26th and start doing a fucking... It's going to be a money-grabbing rant for 21 days is apparently what he's saying, but I don't think David's going to put anything new out. He's chasing every fucking dollar he can right now because he's got to pay Harold Lewis. That case was settled out of court discreetly. Bitterness Barbie brought up probably because those bank statements that the court was requesting that they failed to give through these 4 years of litigation and whatever the fuck you want to call it, David didn't provide them. So I bet it came to the point where they're like, if you don't provide these documents, you know what? We're going to go ahead and just hold you all in contempt. And they probably started settling it. We'll just go ahead and settle. Yeah, Theiss, I really hope he goes live. He has no other... David, you have no other option but to go live. Because we know for sure you're having serious money problems, dude. We know. We know. And we want you to have serious money problems because you're running a full-blown money laundering scam. Every lie you tell, David, incurs a debt to the truth, man. That was from Chernobyl. True story, man. Every lie you tell to the system, David, like you've been telling lies for 30 fucking years, dude. Your lies have caught up with you, man. Like the 30 years of financial lies that you have told are now catching up with you because there's a group of people here who are watching you run this money laundering tax fraud scam. And I don't sit right with it because I pay my taxes, pay 15%. I have a hard time sitting back paying 15% to your fucking dumbass. That's basically how I see it, is that I'm paying 15% of my taxes to your stupid ass because you don't pay yours. Okay? That's why I do this, because I pay my taxes. Everybody else here, as far as I know, pays their taxes, has to, by law, because if not, we get fucked, man. We get the shaft. And what you do, David, not you the person. David's not a cancer to this society, but it's your money laundering complex. It's not good for us, David. But yeah, Thais, I really don't think that he will go live either, man. I really don't think he will. And you're right, he's got serious money problems. I mean, he's got like 20 cars he's got to fill up with gas all the time. You know, think of how much that costs to fill up, say, like 10, 12 cars at a time. I mean, that's a lot of money, especially gas prices. I would love to see him go live. I want to see him come unglued. I want to see him fucking rant and bullshit. But I mean, do you think he'll come out, Theiss? Hey, Afrohumanist, how you doing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Legend lives. He's gonna fucking lose it, man. He is gonna lose it when his whole shit comes crashing down. That's what I mean. The mental break too. I mean, what if everybody just left David all of a sudden? Like all the little cult little minions all of a sudden just up and left, said, dude, we're the fuck out of here, man. You're crazy. We see through all your bullshit. Have a nice life, man. What would that do to David? We all know that's not going to happen because there's too many loyal followers that are just stuck on his fucking booty. But yeah, I hope so too, because we need new content, David. Yeah, how stressed out he is. Do you think he's depressed or do you think he's just stressed? I don't think David's depressed because he's living fat. I think he could definitely be on a high stress level, though. Hell yeah. Afrohumanist, thanks for all you're doing, too. I mean, the stress is going to be intense, man. 100%. 100%, man. I mean, think of having to like maintain what he's been doing for the last 30 years. I mean, to financially lie like he's been. Then he's got all these, not to like to lie financially, but then he's got all his little members he has to maintain the lie to as well. The stress, yeah. What about Michelle too? Think of the stress life that she's had. Think of the stress life that Michelle's had through all this. Like knowing that David went in that deposition and threw her under the bus, you know? Yeah, he's paranoid 24/7. Like, and David is guarded like the fucking president, man. No bullshit. Not even lying to you, man. Like when they leave with him, it's like he's fucking like the fucking golden egg and shit, man. No bullshit. He's riding in one of the Suburbans. They're gonna guard him like the fucking president, man. They got armed security. They have armed security. And they will guard him. They will guard him. I don't think they're gonna do anything dumb if the law comes down on them, but it's like once they take David away, they're gonna fucking like lose their shit. They're gonna be like, oh no. Yeah, he cares about himself and nothing else, Mark Caesar. 100%, man. 100%. Makes cars bulletproof. Yeah. I mean, legend lives. He spent so much money, this guy. And not to mention, he's laundered it. Pretty much told the IRS, fuck you, I'm not showing you where my money's at. All the time we got to sit back and front the bill for these guys, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That doesn't resonate right with me that we got to sit back and, you know, these big organizations that are just doing this blatantly get away with it, but yet the government will be quick to come down on the little guy first. You know, that's what I don't get. Yeah, what's the name of it, Legend Lives? Is it David's? Oh, no way. Another one, huh? Another fucking Scientology like fucking church, huh? Great. Another one of those, huh? No way. Dude, you should have fucking taken a video of that shit, man, and posted it. That is religious extremism at the fucking... Dude, that is right out in the open. That's extremism right out in the open, Legend Lives. Yeah, he promoted the 26th on Facebook, Thais, yeah. Yes, he did. No fucking way. They had a camera crew? What a fucking crock of shit, man. We need to send Bill Cosby over there. Yeah, it's gonna be on Facebook, Thice. But I forgot what. Dude, they have like 20 different Facebook pages they could probably be advertising it on. But yeah, David said he's gonna be beep beep, Chris Com. What up, brother? But yeah, it was on the website. It was on their Facebook, Dice. It was called the Latter Rain Movement, I think. Alan Reynolds, what up? Hi from Turquoise, England. Thanks for being here. Talking about David's tax fraud, man. Talking about how David's laundering money, just doesn't give a shit. None of these cult organizations do, or the mega churches for that matter. That's kind of what the chat was about today. But yeah, so David's claiming to come out on 26th, and that he's gonna says he's gonna come out and preach for 21 days. I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. If he does, I'd be surprised. Really don't, man. I mean, what do you think, Chris Com? You think David? Yeah, Alan Reynolds. That's what I mean. Did you see Chernobyl, Alan Reynolds? Where in the very beginning it's talking about, you know, it's like if David, like David's lies have caught up to him, man. Like 30 years of lying in the church, financially lying, you know, financially manipulating. And I'm with you. Too many lies to hide forever. It's like each lie you tell, David, incurs a debt to the truth, man. Eventually, you gotta pay those debts to the truth, man. Now is your time to pay the debt. It's okay, man. Just turn yourself in, dude. David, that would be the best thing for you. Just turn yourself in, and just confess to everything you've done. Confess your sins. Go to church first, right? Go to a real church. Go to a real church. Confess your sins. Commit all your adulteries, your financial fraud, all that stuff, all the stuff you've done, and then go turn yourself in. Okay. I mean, you could go to jail just go turn yourself in and get a priest to come forgive you in jail. That would be best for you. Because I'm not going to stop filing fraud reports against you, David. I'm going to keep going until I see some kind of action done, man. Until I see some kind of action that the government takes against you. I don't care what it is. It could be something small, man. I'm just getting letters right now, and you know that. I'm posting the letters that I'm getting back from the IRS in Dallas. They're getting your letters, but it's taken a month for me to get letters back saying that they're getting my letters. So it tells me they're really backed up. But David, I'm going to keep filing. I mailed yours out today. Okay, so there's 2 in the mail for you today. Well, there's 3. 1 for you and Michelle, and then there's 1 for like a bunch of the other players in the cult. So, and yeah, if David comes out, Cult Watch will have a lot of work to do. We all will, you know. And I think that's the one thing David's scared of, is he's very scared. He's very scared of us watching him, and he's very scared of us picking him apart, and he knows we will. Yeah, David, give back all the money, sell the jet skis, boats, sell everything back, give up all the cars, all the mansions. I mean, David spent upward of, man, just in the last 4 to 5 years, David's probably spent upwards of $10 million on himself. Mansions, jet skis, boats, cars, trips, overseas trips, New Zealand, Disneyland. All while he's saying he's going around spreading the word of God. He doesn't have any other option, Thice. You're right. He could put all his little cult minions out to go do the begging for him, but that's not going to get him much. But no, I'm with you. I don't think he has much of an option. Yep. Quit while he's ahead, huh, Legend Lives? He's doing this in the wrong time. Damn right he is. It's like, he came out, it's like, And especially during the pandemic, it's like he got even worse, man. He got even worse. The extreme behavior just made it like the pandemic, how extreme it was, it made him even more extreme, you know? And that's what was cool about it. No, he doesn't really work. He just blows money and has fun all day on the church's dime. You're 100% right, Chris. Yeah, 100%, dude. That's all he does. He takes in donations. Give me, give me, give me, give me. It's better to give than to receive. Give me all your money. Give me all your money. But hey, when you need help, fuck off. I'm not going to give you any of my money. I'm going to buy mansions, jet skis, cars, boats. Told you guys, David has like 20 fucking cars. Now that's not a lie. David has 20 cars, at least, if he hasn't purchased more recently. I don't think he has, from what my inside source told me. But there's a list of cars. The Wild Horse Meadows house, that's back on the, that's off the market. They're putting carpet in. There's flooring going in right now. So they're dumping money into that place, which is good. Whether or not it's going to go back on the market, I don't know. I think maybe they put that on the market to show they didn't have that much assets. You know, while they're fighting that case with Harold Lewis, just to fucking scam the system. I mean, David's a compulsive scam artist. It wouldn't surprise me that he did that. And now it was funny, like just before the case ended, you know, once I found out the case was settled, the house had already been off the market. So I don't know how long prior to the case that the house was taken off the market. You know, it was just taken off the market not long ago. So I'm thinking they probably settled just a little while ago. Then they took the house back off the market. Now they have 3 fucking big houses. They're centralizing. No bullshit. David's centralizing his fucking sex cult in the Chesterfield area, just like Gwen Shamlin did. And there was somebody else who tied all their money up in properties too. That was a fucking religious organization like this. And you know what David is ultimately trying to do too on this new 14-acre parsonage that they bought. They opened up an LLC to, under the name of the church, to build a house for Michelle. To fucking build a house for Michelle. Michelle's. So what I did, I went in and looked up the code and everything. Okay, I went in and looked up the. Yeah, they have to pay to put it on and to take it off. Yes, you have to pay both ends, Dice. You got to pay to put it on and you got to pay to take it off. Yep, you got to pay to remove the listing. Oh shit, what was I saying? Oh shit. Oh yeah, okay. So I looked up the codes for the new 14-acre land property, the property that they just bought with the lake, right? I pulled up some county codes, shit like that, and what I found out, okay, their property. I looked up the geographics of their property and shit, and their property where they want to build this house is actually on like a 14-degree incline, right? What I found out is the fire department won't go out there because it's too steep of an incline. Like they have to bring it down to a 12% grade in order for the fire department to go out there. The only thing I found out they could build out there is a church, but it would take a lot of fucking money to build a church out there. It's not zoned for residential. I looked it up. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure the community wouldn't be too fucking happy that they're finding out that there's some kind of religious fucking sex cult building a commune in their backyard. I wouldn't be too happy about it. That's just my opinion, you know. I don't know. I don't know anybody up in that community, but I'm sure once they find out that David's running a fucking cult there, they'd probably have some pretty stern words for him. But yeah, Dice, when they take it off, you got to pay to put it up, and you got to pay to bring it down, man. 100%. That's what I mean. But you know, David's bleeding money right now, man, and he's going to continue bleeding money, which is just fine. Just fine. I want David to bleed money, and he's probably sitting back like, "Oh no, bleeding money." But David, yeah, I'm pretty sure you are, man. You have to be. You're paying for all those cars. Yep, extra expenses. Yep. Right on, J-Expo. Yeah, this is going to be for this Friday because I'm not going to do one this Friday. This is all about taxes today, man. I'm going to let it run just for a little bit because the chat's starting to pick up a little bit. David not paying his taxes and us, the little people, the blue collar workers, the middle class, the hard workers that actually work for a living and actually have to go out and fucking know what it's like to work and put bread on the table, while these other like organizations like David just get away fucking laundering money. And like Joel Osteen, $600,000 found in his wall. I'm still having a hard time letting that one go, man. $600,000 found in a wall, reported a few years, 7 years earlier in a crime that it was missing, and there's only several people who had keys to the safe at this church. So it's like, okay, well, why put all this money in a wall? My question. Why would someone put that kind of money in a wall? I bet they'd find money in David's church too, man. If they went in there, it would have surprised me if David's got money hidden in that church. That's probably why he's always has it guarded. Because there's probably fucking money hidden in the walls. It just wouldn't surprise me. Why not hide it in the walls? Good place for it. You can't put it in banks. He's flagged. He's just flagged. I kind of got word down the line that his shit was flagged, man. Whether or not it's true, I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me given the nature of his behavior with money in his cult organization. Again, because David, with your behavior, right, the fraud reports, I'm filing them still, man. Yeah, hide it inside the Bible. It's J-Expo, you pay your taxes? Legend Live said he was doing his taxes last week. Yeah. Chris Cobb, he pays his taxes. Here we are all fronting the bill for these guys, right? We know David's laundering money. That's why I urge everybody, if everybody just files one fraud report, man, just one. That's it. That's all it takes. The IRS can't ignore us forever, man. They can't ignore the reports. I know they're probably getting fucking tired of mine, and I hope they are. Okay, J-Expo. Yeah, see? Nauseating amount of taxes. Are you self-employed too, J-Expo? Or do you have your own business? Yeah, then you figure your taxes wrong at the end of the year, you get fucked, man. This is why we're here, guys. Is to raise awareness about what these people are doing and why we get fucked in the end. It's like they're letting all these corrupt organizations run rampant, but it's like, hey man, these little guys over here. See, all right, cool, J-Expo. Same here, man. I own a business, dude. Yeah. I should just run my business as a fucking nonprofit and just launder money through it then. Why not? David's doing it. Seems it's okay there, right? Maybe I can do it too. I mean, shit, man. That's good, J-Expo. I'm happy to hear that you own your own business, man. Then you know what it's like to fucking put bread on your table. David doesn't. David does the least amount of work for the most amount of money, and that's all he fucking does is get his ass up on stage and beg like a fucking walrus for some mackerel. That's it. Yeah. Email me offline, man. J-Expo, I'd like to talk business with you, man. I'd like to talk business with you, brother, for sure. Really would. I always like to talk to other business owners, dude. I would get good ideas, man. Get good ideas. But yeah, so we all pay taxes. David sits back and basically says, fuck you to the IRS. I'm not paying my taxes. I'm not telling you where my money's coming from. I'm not going to file. So, yeah, I don't either. I went below my average price, right, where I live. I picked up another client just recently. Dude, Ink will just be here. Dude, fill out a fucking fraud report. You want to support? I have fraud reports in my channel description. If you're from America and you pay your taxes, file a fraud report. That's how you can support it. File one fraud report. If you're a tax-paying citizen in America, file fraud against him. That's how you can support, man. That's how I tell people to support this. File fraud. I know it's, and it says on the fraud report, if you suspect fraud, I fucking for sure know he's committing fraud. I don't suspect, I know. When you don't file your taxes like he's been doing and completely just blowing off the system, dude, that's tax evasion, man. While you're bringing in money, fighting legal court battles, there's a deposition online about David that's fucking viral. It's somebody brought up, hey, Chris, come. Hey, David's the Jeremy DeWitt of fucking prosperity ministers, bro. That's what somebody brought up earlier. Like, hey, dude, Jeremy DeWitt, he's oh, you're Canadian? That's cool. Inkle, just support, dude, just be here with us, man. Be here with us. It sucks because there are people from around the world that are like, man, if I lived in America, I'd be filing fraud reports with you. 100%. And that's cool because it's almost like if we don't do anything about it, nothing's going to be done about it. They're just going to let it go. The government, the IRS, they're going to be like, so what? We don't care. But when you start, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, man. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. They can't ignore my fraud reports forever, man. They really can't. They really can't. I work too hard and I pay my taxes every year on the dot, or else I get fucked. And I'm tired of seeing these organizations go by and us float the bill for it, man. I don't dig it. I don't dig it. Motor One is moving. Was it you, Eagle? Okay, it was Eagle. Yeah. Like imagine Jeremy DeWitt and then fucking David on the back. Could you imagine that, Chris Com? Hey, Inkle, Chris Com is down in Florida. That's where the homie's at. Like he's all over Jeremy DeWitt, dude. He's like, that's his other obsession is Jeremy DeWitt, and he's like, dude, fuck that guy. Right on, Eco. I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad the word is getting out that far. Like Newfoundland, I'm South Texas, man. You're almost half a world away. Technically half a world away. But this is good because this is letting us know that David is being watched worldwide, and there's nothing he can do to outrun the social media shitstorm that he's created for himself. Newfoundland, David. Don't ever try to go to Newfoundland, David, because there's people in Newfoundland now that know about you. Like, this group has disrupted his fucking scam, man. This group has disrupted his scam. 100%, man. Equal, and that was the goal, man. Oh, damn, Mark, what's up? All the way from Australia. Right on, Mark. Glad to have you here, man. Yeah, half a world away, man. That's awesome. People in Australia know about you, David. Don't go over there either, all right? Don't fuck around, David. You can't. You cannot outrun the social media shitstorm, all right? I compare this equal, like the social media shitstorm, to like an atomic bomb, dude. Yeah. David's like the corn in the pile of shit, man. Yeah, we have more reach than you, David. David, one of our group members, Aunt, is the mayor of Mayfield, Kentucky, where you sent your fucking scam to, dude. And we got you, dude. That was us that got you kicked out. Just so you know. that was not good for you, David. That was bad for you because you also got reported to the state attorney's office, you stupid ass. Like, I don't know how much more dumb you could have been. That's cool you left the water there. You left the 48 cases of water. And Legend Liz, you're absolutely right. We have more reach than you, David. We have way more reach, man. Like, look, there's somebody in Newfoundland, Western Australia, David. Like, it wouldn't take much, man. It wouldn't take much to, for us to, like, for people to know about you. And that's exactly what we wanted, because what you're doing is just horrible. Horrible, David. Holland, UK. Yeah, David. I haven't seen anybody from like Korea or anything like that, or Japan, like any Eastern countries, because this shit probably just doesn't happen over there. Yeah, there's some people from Germany in here. Yeah, Ireland. Yeah, there's some from Ireland, Scotland, David. I'm pretty sure there's people in every state that know about your dumbass too. Okay, so just don't run your scam anymore. That would be the best for you. Sell all the houses, sell everything back. You know, give Debbie Fraser at least $100,000 back, like Rick Fraser had asked you to. You know, at least do that. Be somewhat of a decent human being. You know, give Debbie some of her money back. You know, and then go turn yourself in. But yeah, Inko. No, David can't go anywhere, Inko. I'm with you there, man. Alberta and British Columbia. So you told your family all about him. That's good, man. That's the kind of dude, that's the kind of people that need to know. We want everybody to know, man. We want everybody to know about you, David. The more people to know about you, the less dangerous you are to other people. Because when people see you know, hey, that guy is not okay to be fucking listening to. Because David, I'm also under the impression that you're fucking mentally ill and you're abusing drugs at the same time. Yeah, he talked Suzanne out of more than $1 million. Yeah, bunch of money from Suzanne, man. 100%. I'm sure he talked her out of a couple million. I think what Suzanne's money did was like paid for a lot of those shit books that he had made. That's what I think. And he's like, here you go, here's your book. That's how you get out of your $500,000 or $1,500 or $1.5 million. You get this shitty book. He probably didn't even give her a whole set either. Probably just gave her one fucking book. And it was probably in like fucking like German or some shit she couldn't even read, so she wouldn't even be able to read it anyways. That's the kind of shit David would do. Oh, I hear my dog dreaming. Yeah, she kept David's lifestyle running for a while, and I think now that money's running out. 100%. Like, I think her money helped buy some of those mansions. Yeah. Yeah, that's Ashley's mom, too. Yep. That's Ashley's mom, dude. There's a shitty backstory to that family, man. There's a bad backstory to that family, and it's how David finds these people, I don't know. Again, he goes for the hope and hopeless, but you know, yeah. Suzanne's story is pretty sad. Ashley's story is pretty sad, and David, you know, it doesn't surprise me that David manipulated them into his cult because of, you know, what had been done to them. I do too, Thais. I hope he's so desperate that he has no other option. But what if he does it, man? What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't go live? He's gonna have to eventually. He's got to show his fucking face again. His forehead or his 5-head. I think he really thought too, Thais, this cease and desist right here. I really think he thought it was gonna shut me up. Okay, you talked to Malachi? Okay. Yeah, the day David sent me the cease and desist, I think the next day I went live for 8 hours. I stayed live all fucking day. I think drugs. He probably has drugs. Yeah, drugs. Yep. I know it was his last resort. I think is what it really was his last resort. It failed miserably. That's why I hung it on my wall, because it was like, David, really? Yep. Jim Jones. Yep. He's trying to be the next sinful messiah like David Koresh too. He emasculates men. You know, we could go on all day about David Eagle. I mean, you're absolutely right. He goes for the hopeless, man, just like Jim Jones. And he uses the same verbiage. Everybody in his cult uses the same verbiage. The closer you get to David Inkle, this is from, I've interviewed survivors of this cult. And what they told me is the closer you get to David, the more just fucking vindictive and just nasty people are, man. That's how they put it. And I was like, I believe it 100%. It's like the closer you get to the culprit of all the destruction, it's like the more evil the people are. Very just cold, dark, and soulless, man. That's how it was told me. Like, dude, some of these people are fucking soulless. And definitely there's some very dark shit going on there. I actually went and picked up some holy water today from the church too. Yeah, there's definitely some really weird shit going on there. He's almost got, like, somebody put it as a Rasputin type fucking persona, you know, what he's putting on. Like, he's this holy messiah god complex, but he's not. I mean, I don't know who would want to fucking touch David with the 10-foot pole for that matter. I mean, but yeah, I'm with you, Inkle. You're 100% right, man. Jim Jones. David is portraying all the same character trait aspects of all these past cults, really. All of them put together. Jim Jones, David Koresh, what is it? The Hellbop. What was that? That was what was it? Damn it! What was the name of that one? Comet Hellbop. Yeah, I know Joseph passed too, dude. His story's sad, man. Let's see. Fuck, what was the name of it? Heaven's Gate. Okay, Heaven's Gate. He's portraying all those traits of these past cults. Heaven's Gate, Jim Jones. Yep, Joseph is a yes man. That's all Joseph is. Pastor Joe's a yes man. So is Steve. So is Tony. They're all yes man for David. Yep. Yep. David makes a fool out of Joseph all the time. Like, calls him fucking Humpty Dumpty. You know, shit like that. Like, and that's the thing. It's these people are David's emotional fucking just shitbags. The deprogramming that these people are going to need when they come out of this cult are just, it's going to be extensive, guys. That's why there's also a description in there for people who, out of any cult for that matter, not just David's, that need help. Ginger S, what up? Sporting my shirt today. Try Macy's. Look, I got another spam. Look. Reports. Motherfucker. Yep. He is. He's stealing from him blind. He's stealing blind from him, Chad Sexton. You're right. When people are so downtrodden, yeah, David goes and just shits on him even more, man. And Chad Sexton, there's backstories to every one of these people in this cult, man. And all of these people come from good families, dude. All of these people come from good families. Loving families that are like, hey, man, we want our fucking kids home. How do we get these kids out? How do we get our kids home? How do we get our families back? And it's sad to sit back and watch, you know, and it's not illegal to be in a cult, you know. Friday night, I'm going to not be doing a live, Megan Fitzgerald. Yep. Heaven's Gate welcomes all. David, like, again, he has all these isolated fucking mansions now, right? And again, all these past cults, guys, what was the one key they had in common? Isolation. right? 100%. David has all these compounds, gated communities, shit like that. Hit that like button too, y'all. You know, David is what David's doing is it's pretty much another makings for another fucking, you know, I don't want to say it's extreme as like David Koresh, but I mean, look at what he's doing. Why so secretive, David? Why so secretive with all your money, all your little compounds, everything? Why so secretive? Why do you find the need to have all these big mansions? Oh, you're welcome. Charles Thomas, thanks for coming to the chat, man. I'm not stopping until I see the government take some sort of fucking action, or they call me and tell me to stop sending fraud reports. Then I'm gonna fucking send them more. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, once I get, I'm hoping to hit 1,000 subs, so I'm gonna shave my fucking beard. I'm not shaving it until I hit 1,000. That's what I said. Then once I hit 1,000, I'm gonna fund the nonprofit. Yep. Yeah, this that's difficult to maintain the subscriber count. It is, but yeah, once I hit 1,000, this is coming off, and I want to break 1,000. You know, I don't want to hit 1,000. I want to get like over 1,000 and then shave it clean because I'm ready for it to come off, man. Plus, summertime's coming in Texas. Just not cool in summer. It'll grow back. It's just hair, anyways. It'll grow back in. Damn it, Herf. Yeah, Herf Applewhite. Wasn't he the leader of Heaven's Gate, Chris? I think he was, right? Herf Applewhite. That was a fucking clown, man. But yeah, Charles Thomas, I'm in this until I see some sort of action done by the government with David. 100%, man. This shit's got to stop. And not just with David, Charles. It's got to stop with all of them. David's the start, man. You always got to start with the lowest hanging fruit, and it's a shitty thing to say. It makes us look like we're picking on him, but we're really not. It's just you have to start somewhere with these. You have to start somewhere. And we're not picking on you, David. It's just your deposition. David, you could have been fine going in there and probably just telling the truth, man. Speak for yourself. I don't cut my hair, only trim it. That is the hair on my end, not my face. Maybe a Fitzgerald. Oh, it's getting all taken off. It's gonna get shaved off completely. The Mohawk stand, I'm not getting rid of this. No fucking way. This I need to actually get a haircut and get it styled up, but oh, today started with a good one. Yeah. Yeah, Bella, today I want to talk about the tax fraud. Big time tax fraud. And that was kind of everything we were talking about today is tax fraud with these organizations. I sent out my fraud reports already this morning. I encourage everybody to send one. That's all you got to do is one. Got to mail it out. Address is on the bottom. The Osama beard going. You know. Crazy. Dude, and like when I was in the military, I couldn't grow a beard, dude. You know, this is probably the longest I've ever had a beard in my life. No bullshit. And in the military, man, it's like after I got out, because I shaved so long, it took a long time to grow out facial hair, man. Like this is like, I don't know, this is probably almost 8 months of growth. 9? I don't know. Chat Sexton, thanks, man. You have my support too. Thanks for being here, man. Because this is what it takes. It's what it takes is knowledge, education, and information. We have to inform people about what's going on with these fucking cults, man. Because this is a cult, dude. You're having the same problem issue I had. Your forehead is becoming more prominent each year. I shaved my head last year, and I was so happy about it. You know what? Mark Caesar, when I was in the military, bald, dude. I shaved my head, razored it about 3 times a week, man. I would shave my head 3 times a week, man. No bullshit. My first shirt would always come up to me. That's a squared away haircut, man. Because I never had any fucking hair on my head, man. Never. Summertime, I'd usually shave. I would take it down bald. No doubt. And it is, man. Shaving your head bald is the fucking coolest feeling, man. Feels so good. But yeah, Chad Sexton, thank you for being here, man. I'm glad you were able to catch a live. I know you've been wanting to, and I know everybody has different lives here, and our paths aren't always going to cross at the same time, you know. And this was kind of also for the people in the UK too, you know, because some people are asking like, dude, how do people get by not fucking paying their taxes? Well, when the government doesn't give a shit about your money, that's pretty much how it happens, you know. I try to remain objective on both sides. The church is running the money laundering scheme, and the government's just too fucking scared to fucking do anything about it. Why? I don't know. We pay our elected officials to be in office to pass these laws and make sure to maintain order, rule and order, and yet they don't do it. So it's time that we remind them that we are the people, you know, and everybody. It's like everybody's duty in America. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying you. I feel it's our duty to report these frauds. Why would they create? Okay, why would the IRS create an information referral form to report suspected tax law violations? Why would they create this form if there's not fraud? They want us to. They're telling us, hey, if you suspect fraud, hey, we're giving you the means and we're giving you the ability to report these frauds. It is. And that's what I think I'm trying to also get across here is that we the people, man, we're the voice. We the people. We pay taxes, we pay our government. We pay to have these laws, you know, we pay these people. Right on, Chad Sexton. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you're here a part of this, man. I really am. Again, man, the more people that know about this asshole, the better. But yeah, Chris Collin, we the people, that's what I'm also trying to say here. You know, religious or not, like, you're still a tax-paying citizen of this country. This is your country. They do, Bella. The IRS gives rewards for fraud. But I don't know how that system works, man. I don't know. I really don't. I don't really give a fuck because I don't want any fucking reward from the IRS. I just want them to do their goddamn job and take care of these fucking fraud organizations. There's reward programs, but I don't know how much it is or what they get. And I honestly, I don't even think I would want to go through that legal fucking loophole with the IRS. Ali Wright, thanks for being here. I don't think I would want to go through that with them. They'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna give you $10,000, but we're gonna tax it. We're gonna take 8 of it back from you. You only get $2,000." That's how the IRS works. No, but here I gotta pay my taxes every year on the spot. But David can sit back and just fucking like blow money, right? He's actively laundering money through real estate, guys. 100%. Yeah. It would probably have them auditing me next, Bella. Yes. If I took money from the IRS, oh, we need to audit you because you took money from us. It would. I think you're right on, Bella. The IRS would probably turn around and audit me. Fuckers. So yeah, it's again, question. Why would the IRS have fraud forms for us to fill out? Not only that, but different types of fraud forms, you know? That if we suspect that these organizations are committing tax law violations, that we can report them. Why not? Why not? Why not report them if we know they're committing fraud? I'm going back to what Chris said. We the people have a voice in this. We elect our officials, and we have the power to either elect them or we either have the power to not elect them. And we elect them based on what our beliefs are, right? And I don't like to get political or take sides. It's kind of hard. Sometimes it can be really hard not to. Like, I have to remain objective in this. And I think this is just me. If we start voting more along of what we believe in and not what the other person is pitching to us, maybe our country would start to go the right way, Yet funny how it's so blatant, how it's so obvious, and yet it takes so much. Yeah, it takes power in numbers. Absolutely. That's why I say everybody. There is 919 subscribers on this channel. Say if 700 of those subscribers are from America, if one subscriber, one out of those 700, or if one person each filed a fraud report, you've done your job, man. That's all. That's it. You've done what is necessary to report him. Just go to the mailbox, fill it out, put a stamp on the envelope, put your name on it, and put it in the mailbox. I sent 2 out today, 3, guys. And I'm going to continue to send out fraud reports because that's what it takes. They weren't going to listen to just one fucking fraud report. You'd think they'd be like, oh, yeah, hey, let's go after this guy. Here's a fraud report. No, you have to remind the government that, yep, politics can be different. Yep, we've got to tell them the truth. We have to tell these people the truth. That's the thing. That's why it's best to disrupt his money laundering scheme, because that's telling the truth that he cannot operate unless he has money coming into his cult. Yep, and it's all it takes, Chris. It's power in numbers, man. It's power in numbers. Just think, man. Think if everybody started filing fraud reports against all these fucking corrupt organizations in America. Amazon, don't fucking pay taxes. I'd love to file some fucking tax fraud against Amazon because that sack of shit doesn't pay his taxes either. I pay more taxes than Jeff Bezos. The fuck? Gotta tell the truth. That's what we're here for. To expose the truth about David's just money laundering scheme, man. It's a huge tax fraud. And we can all pretty sure agree on that. And Allie, right? Yep, I'll get on David's Zoom every time. They won't know it's me. I'll get on it every time. And the thing is the Zoom that I'm on isn't the same Zoom that's being shown on the back screen. It's two different screens. It'll never... It's a little difficult to get on his live sometimes. Like, I have to have like 3 screens operating. It's fun though. I like doing it. It can be a little pain in the butt sometimes, but it can be done. That's why I'm hoping he comes out live so I can get on his screen. I bet if 1,000 people showed up at JMMI, I bet it wouldn't take long for the powers to be. I would love to show up there. That's what I'm saying. Like, show up as an organized group, as an organized protest. Yep. See about 500 or 600 people fucking picketing right in front of that cult church. Yep, that's what I mean, Allie, right? 100%. Time for these motherfuckers to get audited. Time. It's time. It is time. Yeah, they block. I can't comment on anything neither, Ginger S. I can't even call him anymore. I don't even get emails from his cousin. That stopped too. That stopped. I haven't heard nothing from his cousin. No more cease and desists. Nothing for that matter. Then when the case was settled with Harold Lewis out of court yesterday, or what was it, Friday? Yeah, it's Friday. Court case was Friday, settled out of court for an unknown amount. Yep. So, I would love to get the media's attention. I tried getting up with CNN because David's talking about CNN and being homosexuals and stuff. I wanted to send him over that clip. That way they could see it, and that way they could just sue him. Have CNN sue him. No more Bobby Rodriguez. Yeah, I don't know if I blocked him, man. I was getting tired of his shit. He said he was going to sue me. I would definitely protest in front of David's church, though. I want to go protest in front of Joel Osteen's. I think I might, too. Yeah, they need to do more on David. No, not even that. See, A&E, I don't know, man. A&E, like, they made a joke out of it, but I gotta find a good contact for them to get a hold of CNN though. That way I could send them over that exact clip of David, because he mentioned CNN and MSNBC and shit like that, and just fucking goes off. Like, I would like to think that a big news corporation like that with the freedom of speech and everything, and like, that's hate speech, man. That's hate speech. And I would like to think that CNN would be like, who the fuck is this guy? We're gonna go ahead and serve him a fucking notice right now. I found an email address, but it got returned. It got returned. 60 Minutes would be a good one. Yeah, okay. I'll make some phone calls. I'll make some phone calls. I'm working on a couple projects right now. I'm working on another project for some veterans. Trying to get a big snowboarding trip together in Colorado next year through a nonprofit organization. Yeah, the media has the power, though. Media has the power. And that's what I'm saying. It's like once the media gets involved, like David wants the media attention, but when we get the media involved, David, it's not going to be the kind of media attention that you want, okay, or you've been begging for. It's going to be the way wrong kind of media attention, and you're going to shit a brick when it comes your way because it's not going to be the proper media attention. Yep, Behavior Panel did a show on him. Jason Thornton, Pocket Watcher, he's this tax specialist and accountant, super smart. Went on and pulled apart David's last tax return, the 2017 tax return. You know how David said he gives back 98%? 1.7%, man, is what he gave back. See you, Chris Calm. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Yeah, Behavior Panel did a good show on him too, which was really nice. Because they were talking about body language, man. Body language is big in these situations. And if you guys watch Colt Watch's the Michelle Brannon deposition, you can tell, man, Michelle's body language screams just not happy, uncomfortable, doesn't want to be there 100%. She's definitely uncomfortable in there. And now she's also going to take the fall. Michelle's is ultimately going to be the fall in this once all the tax reports get sent in and they start catching up to them. There is another one, another channel that just did one on David, and the Evangelical Norm. He did one on David too. David's little cult is coming to light. Yep, media has mega power. And I'm just trying to think which outlet would be the best to get to. I would like to think CNN, because David calls them out specifically. You know, get those clips over to them, to CNN. Maybe get 60 Minutes in on it. Get MSNBC in on it. You know, there was one clip that I have where they were talking about, do these false prophets lead to extreme religious extremism? And they do. They do. 100%, man. But I think we could maybe hit that as another avenue, is get the media involved now. I don't think that's a bad idea. 60 Minutes, yep, I think that'd be good. Yep. With you there, Thais, yeah. But all right, guys, I'm gonna go and tie it up, man. We went for about an hour and 40 minutes here. No live this Friday. Following Friday, you guys keep this in mind. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about the conversation today, leave them below. Remember, this is all about the tax fraud that's going on, right? We know he's committing laundering, 100%, man. So if you guys are tax-paying citizens in America, file one report and you've done your duty. So that being said, you guys stay safe, stay happy. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Won't be doing a live this Friday. That's why we're here today. So questions, comments, concerns, you guys leave below. Thank you, everybody, for being here, first of all, on a Monday. You definitely don't have to be here, but you are. And thanks for supporting the channel. Email is there. If anybody wants to contact me offline, I also have a Google Voice. You want to drop me a text there, that's fine. So until then, till Friday after next, or not this Friday, but the next, I'll see you guys later, man. You guys stay safe.